What's up guys, this is Weston from the Natural Hazards, and this is my In the Bag. So first up, I guess I'll do my putters. Start out, slow and then go up to my drivers. Let's see. Okay, so I carry 5 putters. This is my putting putter. It's a Discraft Fierce. Shout out to Joe Mez, practice round edition. I use that just, for my putting or whatever. And this is my old Fierce. I beat it in really good and it's become a little bit too understable. I just haven't taken it out of the bag yet, but sometimes I'll use this for really long putts, because it'll go straighter longer, but I'll probably be taking that out. This is my approach putter. Love this thing. I throw this all the time. It's a Jawbreaker Banger GT. This thing is just, whatever line you put it on, it'll hold it. It's super awesome. Love it. Have a R Pro Innova Pig. This is my utility disc, putter wise. I just throw this thing when I need that really reliable finish, for touch shots or approaches. And then Seth, I've been wanting a Luna, and he just gave me his old Luna. So I'm gonna try to work this into the bag. He is switching to all Trilogy. Since he's Mr. 918 Intermediate now, he's gotta go professional. But anyway, so yeah, super excited to try that out. I just have 3 mid-ranges. I really only throw 2, but we'll start with my most stable. It's my Dynamic Disc Suspect. Throw this for, straight to finish, or if I want a little flex mid-ranger, it'll come over, but it'll still come out of it. I also throw this thing a lot for forehand rollers when I'm in the woods and just need to get out. So yeah, that's a really good utility disc. Definitely, if I lost this, I'd have to get another one. This is my Prodigy M4. Just got this at a tournament that me and Seth played in, which he got 3rd in, which I'll probably saw that on Instagram. We won't talk about my finish, but really liking this mid-range. It's pretty straight. If I really get behind it, it'll turn a little bit, but still come back. So that's pretty awesome, I like it. And then I have a Discraft Buzz. This is my understable mid-range. I don't know. I haven't really gotten a feel for it. I've had it a while, but I don't ever throw it because I don't trust it. So probably shouldn't be in my bag, but I want to like it. So maybe one day I will like it. But anyway, so that's my mid-ranges. And I technically only have 1 fairway driver. It's a T-Bird Champion. Y'all know how a T-Bird flies. This thing's straight, or if I get behind it, it's gonna turn and kind of ride to the right. But then all my other, I guess you could call these fairway drivers. They're like 9 speeds. So obviously, this is my Moreover Stable Firebird. It's actually one of my first discs I bought when I got in disc golf. So I throw this thing a lot. You'll see me throwing that. It's just really reliable, pretty overstable. This is one of my newest discs, Nate Sexton Firebird. This is my first ever Nate Sexton Firebird. I saw the craze and I joined a group on these discs, and oh my gosh, they go for insane amounts of money. This is a limited edition. It wasn't, one of the most expensive ones, but some of them things go for like over $1,000. So I was like, what's the hype? I gotta try one out. It's very mellow, so I wasn't expecting this for the Firebird because I'm used to that overstable one, like my old one here. But it's found a pretty good place in my bag. If I need that Firebird flight, but just a little more mellow, still have that pretty consistent finish, I'll throw this one. But if I'm have a chance of losing it, I'm not gonna throw it because obviously it costs more than any of my other discs.
Another one's up there.
Oh yeah, the other one, I had to buy 2, one for throwing and one for disc play. So then we got this came from a Trilogy challenge. It's a Latitude 64 Superman, or Superhero. this is pretty straight disc, but it has a tendency to ride right for me. So if I need something to go straight, maybe a hyzer flip, I'll throw this, or something to throw straight and then, you know, glide right, I'll throw that. I don't throw it much because usually if I need something to go right, I'll throw a little touch forehand, but I like this disc, it's a good disc. Now this is my Valkyrie. This thing is super flippy. So if I'm needing something to go right, I will throw this. Or if I just need something I have to throw on hyzer but still go right, I'll throw that. Don't throw it much, but when you need it, it's there. This is my Innova Roadrunner. Surprisingly stable for the numbers on these, which I've heard several people say that about the Roadrunner. So it's a -4 turn, but it does not act like that. I'll throw this. I've been just recently throwing this if I need to throw a roller, like distance-wise, because it, you know, it'll just slowly stand up and then turn over, but it likes to pretty much hold that angle you put it on for a while. So if I'm feeling freaky and want to throw a roller, that's the one I'm reaching for. All right, on to distance drivers. I just put my Paul Macbeth prototype Onyx back in the bag. I really like stable discs to overstable discs, so I decided to put it back in the bag. For me, this is just like the Firebird, but a higher speed, so if I'm needing a little more distance, I'll throw this. I've also heard people say they love it for forehand. I haven't thrown it much on forehand, but that's probably something I'm gonna start trying. But yeah, this is just one of those I throw in place of the Firebird if I need a little more distance. Okay, then we go to my Trespasses. Another Jomez edition, follow flight though, Trespass. This is a metallic flake. When I bought it, it was super straight, loved it. You know, you throw it on hyzer, it'll hold it, throw it straight and flat, just go straight. You know, throw it on Annie, it's gonna hold it. Now it's becoming a little more flippy, so if I need something to just, if I'm throwing something pretty hard and want to get distance, you know, I'll throw this on hyzer and it's gonna finish right pretty much every time. So it's a tool, you know, discs change as you have them, so I still like it. And this is my first Trespass. This thing is super flippy. So I mean, if I need something to go right fast, I'm throwing this thing. It'll hyzer, if you throw it on hyzer, it'll flip up and still dive right. So another utility disc. Let's see, we've got my Champion Tie-Dye Destroyer. This thing's a beefcake. Seth would disagree. I told him to throw it one day. He says he threw it flat. I think I saw it come out on Annie. I'm just stronger than you. I guess he's just stronger. But anyway, for me at least, that's all that matters. It's in my bag. It's really overstable. So if I need this is pretty much the same thing as the Firebird. If I need something to go farther than my Firebird and my Onyx, but still, you know, have a really strong finish, I'm throwing that. And then this is also from Seth, just like the Luna. This is my Zeus. I throw this thing all the time. I love it. For Seth, he said it was super overstable, but for me, that's so weird. But for me, if I throw it, you know, it's gonna turn a little bit and then it's still gonna have that really reliable finish. I'm reaching for this thing if I'm, you know, trying to get way down the fairway, but still need to go left. Love it. One of my favorite discs, actually. This one is actually also from Seth. This is my prototype Paul Macbeth Hades. I don't throw it much, but I really like it. I should throw it more, actually. It's one that requires finesse, really, which I don't have a lot of finesse in drivers, so that's probably why I don't throw it much. But, you know, it's a good hyzer flip disc to ride and then finish, or throw it flat and have it, you know, just hold that right angle. But I like that disc. And then my last three, my Innova Star Strike. I don't throw this one much unless I'm fighting a headwind and I still need distance or something that just kind of goes straight. I'll pull this out and, you know, throw it in a headwind because it's still reliable. A lot of people think, or a lot of people's strikes actually are flippy. That's not really the case for mine. It's a pretty straight disc to on the overstable side. That's why I pull it out in headwind, because you know that headwind's going to make it turn and I'll still get a lot of distance with it. So that's probably one of my utility discs for a distance driver. And then this is my Innova Halo Turn. This is also one of my favorite distance drivers. When I bought it, you know, most discs are more stable new, and it was. I could crank on this thing flat, and looking at the numbers, you wouldn't think you could do that without it just dying right, but and cut rolling. But yeah, this was one of my favorites, brand new, still my favorite, but now I just have to put on a little bit of hyzer, let it flip up and turn, and it'll still come back if I get the angles right. So yeah, one of my favorite distance drivers. And finally, this is also one of my first ever discs I bought. Surprise, surprise, it's a 14 speed Freedom. You know, when you're starting out, you think big numbers, big distance, I'm a pro. So yeah, I throw it a little bit now. If I'm gonna throw a backhand roller but want something to curl up right faster, I'll throw this, which we don't throw much rollers, me or Seth, but you know, it's something we're practicing, and if we're just playing and not filming, and sometimes filming, we'll throw one, but it's something we're working on. But anyway, so yeah, if I'm throwing a backhand roller and I need to finish right faster than the Roadrunner, I'll reach for this disc. Or hyzer flip backhand to ride right, usually won't come out of it. Or very, very occasionally hyzer flip up forehand. I don't hardly ever do that with it, but I did for a while. But anyway, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Let's take a look at the rest of the stuff in my bag.
What bag is it?
This is a dynamic disc Ranger, I believe. It's the first bag I actually bought, disc golf bag wise. I don't have any complaints out of it. I really like it. I wish it was a little bit bigger so I could fit more discs in there, but it's fine. You gotta carry your towels. You know, we play a lot in muddy conditions, and our course has a few spots that never dry up. So towels are a necessity. Keep your discs dry. Cool little 6th place tag in the last mini tournament I was in with our locals. And then of course, you know, our tag for being in the club. Pretty sweet, customized, you know, got your name on it. But yeah, I always carry some pins. This is a Sharpie pin, markers, gotta have your water, stay hydrated. I carry 3 minis. This is the one I usually use, my Innova mini driver. Actually, my first mini I ever bought. Gotta keep a baseball in the bag. When you're as unpredictable as me and Seth, these will come in handy, because you never know when your disc's gonna be stuck in the tree. Now this dude right here, this is handy. Actually, I used it today in the last round me and Seth played. I'm never, hardly ever, I've done it a few times, but I'm hardly ever over the baseball field fence on hole 18. And I was over it today, and there just happened to be a little league of, you know, people playing baseball. So I had a whole crowd as I whipped my stick out and reached through the fence to drag my disc back to me. So that was kind of embarrassing, but I was glad I had this so I didn't have to scream at one of the little kids over there or climb the fence and, you know, disrupt their baseball games. But other than that, I just keep some pins, keep Ripped Revenge in here. We'll play that occasionally. Pretty fun card game. We saw it from Foundation, and we had to buy it. And then that's about it. Keep some fingernail clippers in there. Don't need hangnails while you're playing. But yeah, so that's mine in the bag, and Seth's will be coming out shortly. He's waiting to get a few more discs, you know, because he's switching to the trilogy, as I mentioned earlier, which I think is pretty awesome. But anyway, so yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and be waiting for Seth.